Hi boys and girls, today we're going to go over questions 1 through 6 over our 2D figures, area, and perimeter math test. We'll go over the rest throughout the rest of this week. Alright, so number 1, it says, find the perimeter of the shape below. Record your answer on the answer document. What is this shape? So, what we know about perimeter is that we have to add all sides together. And then we know that the formula for perimeter is length plus width plus length plus width. So before we find the perimeter, let's figure out what shape this is. So let's count all the sides. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know a figure that has 5 sides is called a pentagon. So this figure is a pentagon. So now let's figure out the perimeter of this pentagon. So we have to add up all of the different sides. So we're going to add 10 plus 10 plus 8 plus 8 plus 7. All right, so 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 8 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. And 16 plus 7 is 23. So we're going to write the 3 of the ones place of 23 on the bottom in the ones place, and then we're going to write the 2 in 23 on the tens place. So 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So the perimeter of this pentagon is 43 centimeters because that's the area, the measurement of unit that this pentagon is in. All right, so number 2, find the area of the rectangle. Record your answer on the answer document. So what we know about area is that area is length times width. So we have to find the area of this rectangle. So we have to multiply 30 inches, which is the length, by 15 inches, which is the width. So 30 times 15. There's multiple ways for us to multiply. We know that we can do the standard algorithm, the box method, area model, we can do the lattice model, we can draw pictures, and all of that. But the majority of y'all prefer to do the box method, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and draw my box, and I'm going to draw my window inside of the box to where I have 4 different boxes. I'm also going to do my multiplication square to help me remember to multiply. Now what we have to do is we have to break apart each of these numbers that we're multiplying. So we got to break apart 30 based off of its place value. There's a 3 in the tens place value, so there's 30, and a 0 in the ones place value, so it's 0. So 30 plus 0 is breaking apart 30. Now let's break apart 15 into its 2 different place values. 1 is in the tens place, so there's 10, and there's a 5 in the ones place, so it's 5. So it's 10 plus 5 is breaking apart 15. Now we're going to multiply. We multiply the numbers and put the product in each of these different boxes. So 10 times 30 is what we're gonna put the product of that inside this box. So we might not know 10 times 30 off the top of our head, but we do know 1 times 3 is 3. And there's 2 zeros in the numbers that we're multiplying. So there's going to be 2 zeros in our product. So 10 times 30 is 300. Now we're going to move on to this next square. So 10 times 0 is what's going to go in here. And we know anything times 0 is 0. So 10 times 0 is 0. Now we're going to move to this box right here. We're going to multiply 5 times 30. We might not know 5 times 30 off the top of our head, but we do know what 5 times 3 is, which is 15. And there's 1 0 in the 2 digits that we're multiplying, so there's going to be 1 0 in our product. So 5 times 30 is 150. Now we're going to move to our last and final box to multiply. We're going to be multiplying 5 times 0. And like I said earlier, anything times 0 is 0. So 5 times 0 is 0. We're done multiplying, but we're not done finding our product. So we have to add each of the little boxes inside of the big box to add them together to find up our product. So we're going to add 300 plus 150 plus 0 plus 0. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. 3 plus 1 is 4. So our area of this rectangle is 450 So area is a little bit different than perimeter, because perimeter is just the regular unit, whatever the unit of measurement is. Area is square units, or square whatever that unit of measurement is. So our answer is going to be 450 square inches. All right, so now we're going to move on to numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. So numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6, we're going to be matching the words and pictures. So we have a trapezoid, square, hexagon, and rhombus. We're going to be ignoring these pictures for just a moment, and we're going to we're going to classify each of these figures to the side of them. So a trapezoid, we know a trapezoid has 4 sides, and that it has 1 set of parallel sides. Okay, now square. We know squares have 4 sides. They have 2 sets of parallel sides. And they have 4 right angles. All right, now hexagons. Hexagons have 6 sides. They have 3 sets of parallel sides. And they have 6 obtuse angles. Last but not least, rhombus. Rhombuses have 4 sides, 2 sets of parallel sides, and 2 obtuse angles, and 2 acute angles. All right, and rhombuses, they're kind of like squares. However, instead of straight, they're tilted. All right, so now we're going to go to our figures. We're going to look at figure A. We're going to count how many sides they are and kind of list out all the different attributes that we can see. And we're going to also label what name it is. So now figure A, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. We're going to look at its sides and figure out what type of sides that they are. So this top line and this bottom line, if we were to extend those lines all the way out, they would be parallel because they would not ever be touching. So it has 1 set of parallel sides. This side and this side are parallel, so 2 sets. This side and this side are parallel, so that's 3 sets of parallel sides. So 3 sets of parallel sides. Now we're going to classify the types of angles. And we know to classify angles, we can always draw a right angle. Remember, a right angle is exactly 90 degrees. And an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. And on our picture of a right angle, it would be in front of it. An obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees or less than 180 degrees. And it would be behind our right angle that we drew. And a straight angle is exactly 180 degrees. So we're going to classify this angle right here. So this angle is behind our right angle, and so that means it is greater than 90 degrees and it is an obtuse angle. And then this this angle right here, I'm going to draw our right angle. It's greater than it because it goes behind it. This angle right here, we're going to draw our right angle. Goes behind it, so it's an obtuse angle. Draw our angle right here. It's behind it, so it's an obtuse. Draw our right angle. It's behind it, so it's obtuse. Draw our right angle. It's behind it, so it's obtuse. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different obtuse, or 6 obtuse angles. So with classifying this figure, it has 6 sides, 3 sides are parallel, and it has 6 obtuse angles, and we know that that means it is a hexagon. So up at the top, number 5 is a hexagon, and it has the same different classifications that we had classified as we did on our figure. So number 5, hexagon, is figure A. Now let's move on to figure B. So we're going to count the sides. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides. And then this top side and this bottom side are parallel, so there's one set of parallel sides. The left side and the right side are parallel, so there's two sets of parallel sides, two sets of parallel sides. Now, if we were to extend this line segment and this line segment, they would be perpendicular sides. So this side and this side are perpendicular to one another, and what we know about perpendicular sides is that they create right angles. So there's one right angle, two right angles, three right angles, four right angles. So figure B has 4 right angles. And what we know about figures that have 4 sides, 2 sets of parallel sides, and 4 right angles is that it is a square. So we're going to go back to our questions. Question number 4 is a square, and we have the same different classifications as we do on figure B. So we're going to write B next to square. All right, figure C, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. This top side and bottom side are parallel to one another, so it has at least one set of parallel sides. If we were to extend this left side and extend this right side, they would eventually intersect. So it has one set of parallel sides and one set of intersecting sides. So one set of parallel sides. And now if we were to draw our right angles, there's one acute angle because it goes in front. Here's another acute angle, it goes in front. Here's an obtuse angle because it goes behind our right angle. And here's another obtuse angle, it goes behind. So there's 2 acute angles, 2 obtuse angles. So we know that trapezoids have 4 sides and one set of parallel sides. So we're going to go back to our questions. Question 3 is a trapezoid, and it has the same classifications as we do have on figure C. So figure C is a trapezoid. All right, now figure D, last but not least, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. This top side and the bottom side are parallel to one another, so there's one set of parallel sides. This left side and the right side are parallel to one another, so there's 2 sets of parallel sides. Now let's figure out the angles. So if we were to draw a right angle, this one goes in front, so there's one acute angle. This one goes behind, so there's an obtuse angle. This one goes in front, so it's an acute. This one goes behind, so it's an obtuse. So there's 2 acute angles and 2 obtuse angles. So what we know about this is that it has 4 sides, 2 sets are parallel, it has 2 acute and 2 obtuse. And if we were to make those angles all right angles, it would make a square because each of the sides are equal. So this is a rhombus because rhombuses are like squares but tilted and have acute angles and obtuse angles. So we're going to go to number 6 because that's rhombus. It has the same attributes that we classified as on figure D. So figure D is a rhombus. That's it for today. I will talk with y'all tomorrow.